Hello, welcome back. In this video, you will learn how to check your PC's full specifications on Windows 10. On Windows 10, the ability to view the specs of the device can be used in many scenarios. For example, when you want to install a new program to troubleshoot the problem and to determine the hardware that needs an upgrade. Most of the details you will need to check on your PC includes the BIOS, the processor, memory, graphics, and many more details. Let's now check 5 methods that you can use to check your computer's specs on Windows 10. Method 1 is using Settings app. On Windows 10, the Settings app can show all the basic hardware and software specs you want to know, including the processor, memory, and OS details. To determine the device specs with the About Settings page, use the following steps. Go to Start and search Settings, and then click on Settings app. Then click on System, and then scroll down and click on About. Now the About page has 2 sections: the device specifications and Windows specifications. Device specifications showing the specs of your computer hardware, while Windows specifications show the specs of your OS. On the device specifications, we have the device name, processor, installed RAM, device ID, product ID, system type, pen and touch. And on Windows specifications, we have edition. For this case, we have Windows 10 Pro, and we have the version, the date, when the feature update was installed, and the current OS build number. Starting with the October 2020 update, the page also includes an option to make it easier to copy the device technical specification to the clipboard, and you can paste them to any text document. Method 2 is using system information. System information is still among the best options to get a complete overview of the device's technical specification. How to use this method? Go to Start and search MS Info 32 and click the top result, which is the System Information app. Now click, and the System Information window will open. From the left navigation pane, select the System Summary, and from the right side, you can check now the computer specs, including the OS name, the version, the system manufacturer, the system model, the system type, the processor, the BIOS, installed physical memory or RAM, and if your device supports virtualization, as you can see here, and many more other details. Again, you may need to create a hardware specs report. You can create a full report with the system information using the System Information app, which you can save for later viewing. How to create a report? You follow the same procedure to open the System Information app. Now go to Start and search MS Info 32 and click on System Information app, and now click on Summary. Make sure System Summaries is active, and then go to File and click Export. And here you can browse now the location where you want to save your documents. Now go to Documents and provide now the name for your file. For this case, let's give us Windows 10 specs. and then click save. So the file type is the text file, means it can be opened with any text editor, for instance the Notepad and the Microsoft Word and others. Then click save. Using system summary, it will take time because now it will export everything about your device. So the file has been saved to documents. If you want to view the file, let's now go to documents. For this case, we are going to use File Explorer to get into documents. Click on File Explorer and then go to Documents. And now check, this is Windows 10 specs, the file we have saved. Now open it. Once you open, you can see all the details about your computer or your device. So it has exported everything from your computer. But alternatively, we may need now to export or to copy details of each single component. For instance, from the left pane, now you can expand these categories to find each specific category. For this case, we expand components, and we are going to expand again inputs and click on keyboards. So the keyboard, by clicking on keyboard, it will display on the right side. Now the window will display all the details about your keyboard, and we want now to export only these details about the keyboard. What we're going to do, make sure that the keyboard is correctly making it active, and now we go to File and click Export, and we are going to export on Documents. So we say keyboard, let's give it a name, keyboard details, and click on Save. So this won't take time because the data is less. And now let's go to Documents, click on Documents, and then check your file. This is keyboard details. As you can see, these files, the first one has 1000 KB and the other one has only 2 KB because we just copied everything. We exported everything by using some system summary, but for this case we just took only keyboard information. So once you open on keyboard information, we see all the information is only about the keyboard. So this is the alternative that you can use to export or to copy information about single or only about a single component. Method 3 is the use of DirectX Diagnostic tool. The DirectX Diagnostic tool is a tool designed to collect and display information about your device direct sound and video to troubleshoot different system problems. However, you can also use it to find out some basic specs similar to information available in the Settings app. To check your computer specs with the DirectX Diagnostic tool, follow these steps. Go to Start and search DX-DAG. Click the top result, which is DX-DAG. Now let's click. The DirectX Diagnostic tool window will open. Alternatively, you can open the DirectX Diagnostic tool using the command line prompt. When you are at the command prompt, you can simply type DX-DAG command and press enter. The DirectX Diagnostic tool window will open, and it contains 4 tabs. It has System tab, Display tab, Sound tab, and Input tab. Under the System Information section, you can check your device's specs, including the system model, the processor, memory, and other details. Click on Display tab, and the Device section, you can check the graphics card information of your computer, such as name, manufacturer, memory, and monitor details. If you wish to save these details for later viewing, at the bottom of this window, you click on Save All Information. Click on Save All Information. Automatically, it will direct you to browse where you want to save your file. In this case, we're going to save our file in Documents. You can provide any name you wish, but for this case, let's leave this default name and click Save. And let's go to Documents to check our file. Go to File Explorer and click Documents. Let's scroll down, and here is our file. We can double click it to open, and it contains all the details about your device. Method 4 is the use of command prompt. You can also use system information with command prompt to view even more technical specification details about your computer's hardware and software. To find the computer specs with command prompt, follow these steps. Go to Start and search command prompt, and then at the top left, click on Command Prompt App. The Command Prompt App window will open, and then type System Info command and then press Enter. The command prompt will display all system information about your device's hardware and the software, including the processor, the system model, the RAM, and more specs of your device. You can also save the output by either highlighting the output, copying them to any texting document. It may be Notepad, Microsoft Word, or other text editor. But for this case, I'll demonstrate the use of command to save the output. So, how to save the output using command? Now type system info, and then type greater than sign, space, and then type C. Now we have to direct it to give the path where we want to save our document. Now write C, means we want to save our document on drive C, and then type colon and backslash, and then let's now give the directory path. So we want to save it on C drive, but on C drive we have users, but in users we select which user, and this is the user select. Again, we got this user, we need to save on documents, and then within documents now is when we create our text document. For this case, let's say my specs. Now we need to give the file extension. Now we put txt. This is the file extension. It means it's a text document that can be viewed in any text editor. And then we press enter, and our file will be on documents with the name my specs, and the file will be in documents with my specs name. Now press enter. Now it's loading to save the file. The file now has been saved. To view it, now let's go to Documents. Go to File Explorer, click, and then go to Documents. And to Documents, scroll. Now we see Specs. And you can double click to open it to see the output. And here are the specifications of our device. Method 5 is using Windows PowerShell. How to use this method? Go to Start and then search PowerShell, and then click on Windows PowerShell. The Windows PowerShell will open. and now type the following command: get, and then hyphen computer because we want to set computer information. Now press enter, and this is the complete command. Now press enter to see the output. Now you see this output shows a full list of the OS and hardware information. As you can see here, you can see a detailed information about the OS. For instance, we have Windows current version. You can see the current version, and you can see the Windows edition ID, and you can see information about the processor and the BIOS as well. Optionally, on the same command, you can modify it. If you want to view only specific hardware or software details. For instance, now we want to check the details for a BIOS, only BIOS. So now on the same command, add property, we add property. Now add hyphen, then a property, choose a property by pressing enter. And now on the double quote, let's write the BIOS. We open the quote, we write the word BIOS, and then BIOS we add asterisk. The asterisk is a wildcard to match every property about the BIOS. And now let's close the quote and then press enter. Now the output here from this command shows the detailed information about the BIOS in this computer. Suppose now we want to save these details in a text file for future reference, or you may want to share it to colleagues for assistance if you are troubleshooting a problem in your computer. To save a command output to a text file using PowerShell, you may follow these steps from the same command that we use to get these details, which is get computer information, and then add the pipe, and then another command, write out file, means the output file, but now we need to give the output file the file path. Where do we want to save these details? Now we provide the path. We want to save in C drive, and then in C drive we have users. In users, maybe we choose this user, and we choose now the directory, maybe documents. From documents, maybe we want to save our text file in a folder named as specs. Now we choose specs, and then we have to provide the name, the text file name, which will be my computer specs. My computer specs 1.txt, because it is a text file. Now we give it an extension, which is a text file, and then you press enter. As you can see, it is loading. The file has been saved to documents. To check your text file, now go to documents, and then in specs folder you will find the text file named my computer specs text file, and then go to from File Explorer, click, and then go to Documents, and in Documents click on Specs because we selected specs, and then you will find the file named as my computer specs. If you open it, you should find all the details that we requested, or the output file after we wrote that command, get computer information. As you can see, these are the information, the hardware and OS information from your computer. Alternatively, you could just select the content, right click, and copy them to the clipboard, and you can paste them to the text document. For this case, let's go to Documents, the same folder which is Specs, open Specs, and now create a new text document. Right click on Empty Screen and then go to New and then click on Text Document. Now we can name it as My Specs 3. Now we have the text document, My Specs 3. Open it, right click, and then paste. And save changes. Close. If you open it, you should find the details or the contents, as you can see here. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the coming videos.